the question, and I'm going to let Moose set this up, but the question of, do we really monetize our passion? Like, everybody, go chase your passion, right? And there's some people that were like, make money off of your passion. In that voice, make money on your passion.
That's how I heard it. Yep.
But is that really the route to go? So, Moose set this up. Who we talking about?
Yeah, man. So this is cool, right? This is a YouTuber who really took off in 2021. His name is Jed. Just going to abbreviate his last name to the letter C, right? And Jed was a software engineer prior to getting into content or the world of content creation, where he started his vlogs. But then he made a slightly different decision than what would most people expect, even after reaching stardom as a content creator. So here it is.
Lately, having to film not because I want to, but because I have to, because it's my job, has really turned me off to the whole doing YouTube as a job thing. The pressure of having it be your job and you don't want to film makes you hate it a whole lot more. I knew something had to change was pretty much the past 2 months. I've been spending a lot of time coding my personal project, ratemydorm.com. And it came to a point where I was really enjoying coding that project and dreading filming, to the point where YouTube became the job that I dreaded and coding was my creative outlet. And the fact that totally switched made me realize that I needed to do something different to fall back in love with making videos again.
Wow.
So Moose, are we monetizing our passion? Are we keeping our passion sacred and like close to us? I have my take, but I want to.
Yo, that's so tough because I honestly resonate with both sides of the argument. Like I resonate with, yo, monetize. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
But then I also resonate because there was a season where I was starting to feel the same exact thing. Like, I'm dreading this. I wish I didn't have to rely on this for money. Like I really was in both positions. It's safe to say that I'm back on the monetization, boy, but there was a season
It's safe to say I'm back on the money train.
Yeah. Safe to say, just get that money, player. Oh, man. But yeah, wow. Nah, I feel you, though. What do you got to say to that? That's interesting.
So I am really... So it's weird, right? So it's weird. Because there is a thing that I am very passionate about that I monetized and I dreaded it and I took it back. So what I mean by that is editing. I used to love doing that. Used to love it. Used to love telling stories. And then when it became when I monetized it and how people wanted me to do it this way, and that wasn't good. I didn't like that. I said, no, we're not editing for no more. We're not doing it. Not doing it. I'll teach others the kind of the ways of doing that. And now I think I'm going to be more intentional from how I pick certain clips and be intentional teaching that a little bit better. Because I literally was just like, nope, not doing it. Isaiah, you got it. Go. Right? And I literally just went, yes or no. Now, another thing that I am passionate about is what I research and, tell to the people as far as content, social media, right? That has become definitely something that I love to do and that I make money from. I think for me, as long as it's not super service-based, I can do it all day, right? Now we're being intentional with packaging it and putting it out to the public with whether it's, courses, audio, whatever. But even, for example, with this podcast, right? I'm almost happy. I'm going to say this. I'm almost happy that we are not super relying from a revenue standpoint from the podcasting, because I know there are some seasons that we went through this podcast that I was like, nope, not doing it, right? But because it's a passion type vibe, you want to do it even though you may not be in the mood for it, right?
Yeah.
You may not like, so I totally go with what he says as far as like, once it becomes like a chore, once like you have to do it. And for me, I'm the routine type. Like I hate routine. Even though I understand the importance of it, there's certain things that, and I think it's also because I don't put so much, let's say, respect on money. Like, you're not going to sway me to feel happy because I made this amount of money.
Right.
That doesn't do anything for me. So if you totally did this, you went all in on this, you can make all this money. But I'm making all this money over here. And I'm happy about doing this. I'm happy spending my spare time doing this. I don't know if I would be happy doing this part full time, and like, then it becomes the business part. And the business part goes with the managing part, the communication part, all those parts that we've talked about on the podcast that I struggle with on the after show. Then it becomes that, and I don't want none of it.
Yeah. It feels like a job.
Right. So the content creation side of me, though I do know how to monetize it, and I monetize it very well, there's a part of me that doesn't necessarily want to go and make it the 100% all I do situation. I don't want to put all my eggs in a basket for monetization side of my passion. I want to keep my passion just something I really look forward to, something I really love to do. So I edit only for me. Like, that's it. Maybe one other person, right? And it'd be like not even on the extent of how I would normally edit. It's just like, I got you, don't worry about it. Boom, boom, boom. But for me, I'm trying sound effects. I'm doing different things. I'm like, and I can do it when I want to. I don't have to do it. I have a team that edits some of the stuff that I do. We have a team for the podcast. I don't have to, but if I want to, I can. And no one's going to say, no, don't do it. You suck. Stop it. Can't. So I love the freedom of keeping my passion. And from a strategic standpoint, with the teaching and the research part, as long as it's not something I have to show up every single day and like do it for a monetizing standpoint, I'm good. Like, I don't want to lean on it to make money. I want to do it more on a service base. I want to do it to really impact people. And if it makes money in the process, great. But I'm not intentionally making money on it, because then I may not, like, I'm going to find things wrong with it.
Yeah, that's how I look at my content, to be honest with you. Like, I've never worked with anyone where I told them, my goal is to do this with my content. It's like, no, my content is just me expressing my principles, my thoughts, my ideas, my methods, but I don't want to monetize that. Like, that's not what that is for. And when I tried in the past, I failed miserably. Like, I burned myself out so much that I took off for 2 years. I didn't want to even, like, nothing. I was like, no, like I was in it. And that was that time where I was questioning it. And I realized I wasn't, like, I did it wrong, or I went about it the wrong way, because that's not how I found fulfillment in it. It wasn't based on how much money I was making off of the content. It was how it was resonating with people, how many people felt moved by the message. That was more important to me. And so when it came more about the money than it was about that, I started to get a little, I guess I was fighting myself internally. So I had to rewire. But another thing I want to ask people, especially the listeners or viewers who are watching this, are you doing something because it's your passion, or are you doing something because it's popular? But I want you to think about that for a second, because for a season, especially during post-COVID era, and I really think people are going to recognize the effects of the pandemic in the years to come, and they won't know that it was initiated or rooted in the pandemic. I think everyone swept those 2 years under the rug, like, all right, good, we out of here, no more COVID, let's go. It's like, no. You're going to recognize the effects of what it was to be locked up for 2 years for the next couple of years to come, especially if you're someone who isn't paying attention or really studying how that impacted your perspective, your behavior, and how you are as a person. And so post-pandemic, everyone was so big into this work from home era, freedom, et cetera. And so they were going into pockets of industries that gave those perks, and they saw it as a passion, but in reality, it was what's popular. It met the need to feel as though, oh, I can be in this pocket. It's the same thing with podcasting. Everyone is talking about podcasting is down. It's like, podcasting is down for people who got into podcasting because it was popular. It's like, oh, yo, podcasting booming, billions of dollars. You saw my guy's deal right here with Spotify.
You're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
It's like, come on, man. You got in because it was popular, not because it was your passion. And so again, I take you back. Do you really know who you are? When you know who you are, you don't need to be associated with things to feel a part of the crowd. Like, no, you good. You good with or without it. You're okay with it. It's like, no, I'm fine. If I do it, it's because I really want to do it. My heart is in it. I'm passionate about it. I'm not doing it because it's popular. I don't get, put in a group with the cool kids and I'm like, yes, now I'm cool. Like, no, I know I'm cool. If I do it, it's because I want to do it. I don't need to do it to be cool. So that's a question I want to leave for our listeners and viewers, man. Are you doing it because it's your passion, or are you doing it because it's what's popular?